Just kidding, guys. I know you're there. This is the Sauce Man, and I'm with Rama representing today because we are doing ribs. And this is what's for dinner tonight. We're going to do some St. Louis style ribs. We're going to do some horseradish mashed potatoes, which will be on another video. We're doing corn on the cob, and we're doing a sweet potato pie that's baking in the back. That one's on another video already. So guys, this is going to be great. It only takes about 3 hours to get these ribs to taste like they've been on the grill or slow cooking for like 6, 7, 8 hours. But it only takes 3 hours to do this, okay? So we're gonna get a slather going. We're using our mustard barbecue sauce here. Later on we'll dress it up with our world famous barbecue sauce. Guys, if you haven't tried our sauces yet, get online, go to Facebook, message us, our phone number's there. Give us a call, try this stuff, you're really missing out. So let me get myself together, okay? I will show you guys what I do to do this real quick, and let's get cooking. What I did here is I unwrapped these St. Louis style ribs. They look pretty clean. There's just a few things that I would probably trim up as far as it looking good. But one of the things too on this back side, like on here, this is a really good example. You got this flap right here. Okay, when you're cleaning up your ribs, just take that piece off. Now I'm not going to throw this away. In a couple other videos, you guys will notice that I like to cook a lot of Chinese. So that is actually going to go into my fried rice. You can trim this one up too. You don't want it down too far, because then you won't have much left to cook with. Now if you look at some of this stuff here, there's not a lot of sharp edges. It's not too bad. There's a little one right there. Let's flip this over. So this is cut pretty good. There's really nothing here. There's not a lot of fat. This right here I'm probably gonna cut up a little bit there. Now on this one, it's really not that bad. It's going to render down, but this is pretty slick. This is a pretty slick piece of meat. So what we're going to do first is we're going to start on the non-presentation side, which is the bottom. Now a lot of times people say take off the membrane because nothing sticks to it, or the smoke or whatever does not penetrate through the membrane. Some people argue differently. I'm not really a big finicky guy about it, so I'm not really worried. Notice I'm keeping one hand dry. But this is how we're gonna, this is how we're gonna get it to stay on, because the fat and the membrane doesn't usually allow the flavors to penetrate, but we'll get it today, okay? So what we're gonna do here, we don't need a lot, okay? We're just gonna put a little bit on there. Now this is the Rama mustard sauce. It's so good, it's tangy, it's delicious. I don't know what else to say. Okay, so what you're gonna do is, this is probably a little too much. I'll probably put some over there. All you want is enough slather. Get those sides. Is to get the rub on there. Now this is our chicken and pork rub that we got. It's brand new. It's something that's in the test area now, but you know what? Everybody seems to really like it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some of this rub on there. And this is during the initial. Now some people say don't rub it in because it'll be uneven. Well, that may be true in some situations. But you can also pat it down, and it'll be just fine. Okay, flip it. Go ahead and put your mustard slather on the back side. Well, like I said, don't put too much on. Okay, once again, I probably put too much on, but it's okay because I'll just put it on this one over here, just like that. Okay, get those edges nice and good. Okay. Go ahead, and like I said, you're probably taking about 3 teaspoons of rub on here. and it's really not that big of a deal if you spread it around. As you can see, it's working in there pretty good. I'll just give that top part just a little bit extra. Okay. And that, my friend, is all you have to do to get those ribs going. You got it on both sides. The slather looks good. You just want enough for that to stick. Okay. So these ribs are pretty much trimmed up pretty good. I'm going to do a little bit more on this, but I'm not going to waste your time on the video doing it. Next time you see it, it'll be out on the patio, on the grill. Okay. What we're going to do now is we're going to put these ribs on. We're going to put them presentation side up. Okay, and you can see how small this grill is. We don't got a heck of a lot of cooking space, but we got enough to do these bad boys. Look at that. As you can see, one's hanging off the side. There's a lot of room, or not a lot of room, I should say. So what we're going to do is we're going to push these together as best that we can without burning your hands like I am right now. Because what you want to do is it allows that meat to spread while you're doing it. So, holy cow, that's hot. Woo, I don't know how much meat we're going to be able to push together. As you can see, we'll get as much as we can. They smell good already, I'll tell you. Okay, try to get them as, okay, this is kind of getting tough, but get them as close as you can. I might get a little bit better if I get some tongs going. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to shut the lid. We're going to let it cook on this side for 1/2 hour, and then we're going to flip it and cook it for another ½ an hour. That's going to be about 1 hour on the grill, okay? And if we have to, you can use some apple cider vinegar for a spritz on it. What's on this side so it doesn't dry out. Okay, so you guys can see how nice and golden brown these are getting. They're getting nice and firm, as you can see. In about ½ an hour, maybe 45 minutes. It just depends on how they look. We are going to put these on. We're going to put these in a wrap, and then we're going to put them back in there. If the grill doesn't work for us, I'm going to put them in the oven, and that's okay to do that. To put them in the oven, they'll be in foil. They won't dry out. We'll see you guys in about ½ hour. What we're going to do here is we're going to do a wrap, and this is where we're gonna slow cook it a little bit to give it that tenderness. So far we got the flavors that we wanted with the grilling it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put about, let's see, I could probably just do it in here. I'm going to do about ½ cup of our world famous barbecue sauce. Okay, you're going to need about that much, right? Then you're going to get some of this apple cider vinegar, and you're going to put it in there as well. You're probably going to do a little bit just like that. So you got your sauce here and about that much vinegar. So you're going to dilute the sauce just a hair. Okay. If I can find my lid, oh, there it is. Okay. Put your finger on the end and just mix it up a little bit. That's what you want to do. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some on here like this. I'm going to do this for both racks. Okay. So this is what the ribs look like after they came off. And as you can see, it just got a little dark in a couple spots, but it's still firm. Nothing got hurt, nothing's going on, no sharp bones sticking out, no nothing, right? So I broke the cardinal rule and I used both hands to get dirty. So you always want to keep your hands clean when you're doing this. Okay. So I think I may have broken my my tongs here, but those are small ones anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring this over like this, over across, and I'm just going to bring this one over like this. Okay, and then you're just going to want to make sure that it's tight. Okay, you don't want loose, because that's where you're just going to have your problems, right? So always fold it upwards, so if the juice comes down, it's not dripping everywhere, right? Okay, that's rib number one. that one's ready to go. Now, I always say do it about 4 times. 4 times the length of the rib. So the other one. Now, one thing that I did do wrong, and I didn't realize it until after I did it, is I used the dull side on the inside of that piece. Now, I'm not sure if you guys know this or not, but look at that, that's beautiful. There are reasons for the sides of the foil. The side that's shiny is reflective. I still want that heat to come in and still continue to cook this at about 270, 275 degrees. So this one I'm gonna have to rewrap. Good thing I have a little extra sauce. But yeah, do the shiny side in. Okay, put it in like that. Put it like that. Make sure that it's in there. Bend them up. Fold it. Okay, so as you can see, this one's wrapped improperly, this one's wrapped properly, okay? Guys, I'm gonna throw this in the oven, and we're gonna shoot it for at least an hour. Maybe we could go 2, just depending on how it feels. So we'll probably see you in a few minutes. Okay, so here we are a couple hours later, and I pulled these ribs out. And they look absolutely fantastic. Now look, you can even see the little handles in there. Yep, everybody likes meat with a handle, right? So that's one rack right there. Here's the other one. Right there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go put these back on the grill a little bit. It's still hot, and I am going to slather them a little bit. And then we'll bring them in. Then we're going to eat these bad boys. Okay guys, so here we are, we're doing the final touches. I don't know if you can see it from the angle, but I'm just brushing some of that world famous barbecue sauce on the top. If you guys can see how good that looks. You can see where the bones are out now. You got all these little handles for your meat to eat. We already sauced the other side, the non-presentation side, so we're just giving it a really nice light slather. Just a finishing touch on top. That's kind of the way it's going to be. These things are really tender. They're almost falling off the bone. But this looks really good. So that's what it looks like, guys. We appreciate you watching. Let us know what you think. If you have any ideas or anything that you want us to make for you, or if there's something you always wanted to do, let us know. Drop us a line on Facebook. Give us a call. Send us a message. But this is the Sauce Man for Rama representing.